Hi and welcome to my PlayHouse, and today we're gonna have a look at a piece of hardware that I want to get rid of. Not rid of, but I'm putting it up for sale. And it has been sitting around for a while, so this is a Bladecenter. It's an IBM Bladecenter H, and we're gonna clean it a little bit because we can't sell it with spider. Well, it must be a web server, right? That's a good old joke. So yeah, gotta get rid of the spider web and just make it look good. So I can take some good pictures and put it up for sale. The IBM Bladecenter H will fit 14 blade servers, and these are, well, they're that size. We have had a good look at those blades that fits in here. There's a lot of different models. Sorry, was interrupted. But yeah, this blade server, this blade chassis works with Intel blades up to the E5 2600 series version 1 and 2. And after that, I'm not certain if they have made more blades for it. So this chassis is from 2010, and it takes 3 men to carry it in here, and yeah, 1 Viking. But it's heavy. To make it possible to actually move it, you take everything out of it. So that's why there is no power supplies in the front here. And all of these are just fillers. I was lucky, this one had just fillers in it. And the fillers are to correct the airflow, so that if there is not a server in there, you will have a filler that makes sure that all the air don't just go through this space where there is nothing and where cooling is not needed. So if you had like servers over here and nothing over here, the air would just go that way through. But they have also fixed that, so there is kind of some plastic in here that will block the air even if the filler is not in. So it's kind of double on this model. Here is one of the power supplies. It's a beefy power supply. So let's see how much this is. 2880 watts. And there's 4 of those, and of course they are redundant, so it's not as if it's gonna use all of that power. Actually, you can more or less run this entire Bladecenter on that power. I don't think it actually uses that much power, at least not all the time, but sometimes, some of the time it might do that. Oh, these fans have gotten dirty on the front. It doesn't look too good. Yeah, I'm selling it. It has been collecting dust for some time, so I think it's better to let it go. So I guess it will be in the description what I came up with. So yeah, this goes in. Let's see. Connection goes down here. This goes in the front. And locks into place like that. And here is the other one on the top. There. So, and there's these 2 at the bottom. So that's if it used all the power, that would be over 10,000 watts. It does not. For filming purposes, I'm gonna put a rock. Oh, can I carry it? A piece, a carpet thing underneath it, so that I can slide. Oh, it's gonna take the. turn it around so we can see the back of it. That was the general idea. Yeah, it makes a mess of my table here. There we are. So this is the back of the Bladecenter. And we can see that this is the power plugs. It likes to get redundant power into the system. So you connect the power plug, and these of course do come with the center. I do have them. And I'm gonna be selling these with the cables. Otherwise it's not very useful. But there's a lot of stuff that goes in the back here. First thing, we have some beefy fan blowers that will blow air through it. If you're replacing a fan in this thing, there's a piece of metal that flips down, so it can run off one fan while you're replacing the other one. It can actually run with one fan most of the time. And these fans, this is one of them. We have the numbers here, and it's this fan alone can use 850 watts. So it's a beefy one. But they almost, well, if you take one fan out, it will actually run more or less full power to make sure that everything is cool. There. And if one fan is broken, it will shut these levers to not suck in false air here. But as soon as the fan starts, they will open up and the air will come out that way. So should we just tilt it up? There. I took all of these parts out to be able to move this, as it's heavy enough without anything in it. So this is the other fan. Lock that in place. Oh. It has gotten a little bit dirty down there. Well, we're selling it. It has to look good. And it also comes with some accessories. Not really. It comes with two redundant management in this server, and these goes in. It's called IMM on this system. That's one of the things that I'm complaining about, is that Lenovo and IBM has been switching the name of what they call the IMM and the RSA and the XCC, and yeah, every time you get a new system they have changed the name of the management. On some of the systems they can't even manage to call it the same thing on the same model. Like the Lenovo SR650, it's called the XCC, but as soon as you go into program the XCC, it's called the BMC. So yeah, there is that. So then there are some other boxes here, and I'm not totally certain if they are gonna go with this box, all of them. I don't think so, but this one is a pass-through module. It's an IBM Intelligent Copper pass-through module for IBM Bladecenter. And yeah, it has 14 connections, does it? Yeah, it has 14 connections back there. Kind of awesome that they have made that work, that there was exactly room for 14 connections and there's 14 blades in here. So these can go in, and I'm gonna put them in, but I'm not sure that all four is gonna go with these Bladecenters. I think I need one for myself. So, but there is 4 of those pass through, and that could be for the network. Oh, there. Then we get on to the expensive stuff. These are 10 gigabit switches for these Bladecenters. I have 2 of them here. I think I'm just gonna sell them with one. But we'll just put that one in there to make it look good, and the other one You can see the model number here, Brocade converged 10 gigabit switch module. So it's really awesome 10 gigabit module there. Yeah, that should go in. There. The back is fully occupied. It does make it easier, but it's not perfect. Oh yeah, there's flip out cards on these Bladecenters, so you get all the information, or you can get some of the information on the Bladecenter, and they are located here in front of the Bladecenter there, and comes out as needed. Guess you didn't know that. Also some pretty plastic. At least this one has the top one. I do believe that I'm missing the bottom one. I just borrowed the bottom one from the other one, but it has the serial number over here, and it doesn't add up with the serial number of this box. But to make it look good, let's just put that on. Okay. We need to pop that on over there first. Oh, we have a piece of bended metal there. Fixed. So that's what the Bladecenter looks like without any blades in it. All of these are fillers. So I'll go pick up some blades and put in it. So to put in the blade, we naturally have to remove the fillers. So gonna take that out. A little bit of dirt in there, and here is a good blade server that will fit very nicely in here. It has these big beefy connections that goes in the and connects to the back plane in here. That gives all the connections to the networking. And every time you take a blade out, there is those plastic things in there that you need to get through to get it in. There is one blade in, and then there's room for 13 more of those blades. This one has also collected ever so slightly amount of dust. And then we have one, this one doesn't have any discs, but it's the same as the other two. Very nice Bladecenter, and you can have 14 of your favorite servers running right there. I've been searching for a little bit for the cables. This is the power cable for it, and it has 3 phases coming in. There's 2 big beefy connectors. This is 16 amps, and there is I think this is C14 or C13, and this is 10 amps. So there is 2 cables like this for each of the Bladecenter, and they just go in there. They only fit one way. There's a groove, and you tighten that, and it's in there. And then you connect these 3 wires with the so it says that you should not disconnect this, you should disconnect the other end. That makes sense. This is probably the expensive connection, and the other end is just some cheap thing that you can buy in any home improvement shop. So that makes sense. Be careful not to overdo that one. On the back here, I don't really want to sell it with all of this good stuff, so I'm gonna take one of the 10 gigabit switches out and sell that separately. Instead, we're gonna put in a filler there. So no, only one 10 gigabit switch. There brings the price down, I'm sure. Then these pass-through modules, nobody needs 4 of those. So let's take out 3 of those and just have one pass-through module. there. Instead, I have a switch module. This is a Cisco switch 3012 for IBM Bladecenter, and it should be 1 gigabit switch that we're gonna put in there instead. There. That's kind of better than a pass-through module, because the pass-through module that uses a switch out here. To connect all of this, you need an external switch with 14 ports. With this switch, you just need a switch out here with 1 port, and you can uplink it with 1, 2, 3 or 4 connections if you want to do that. So, and then we have 2 slots over here. It looks like this is bay number 1, so we could probably move the switch over here to bay number 1 and put the switch in there. That one is bay number 2. Okay, let's have our that's not it. Our pass-through module in bay number 2. Also a network port here. That means that these two has the connection to the Blade server's network ports. So we're gonna have switch network on one of the ports, and we're gonna have pass-through on the other one. And I have some blinds to put in where we are not going to be connecting anything. There. There. Looks good, right? And I'll be taking some pictures for my selling. There, picture. It has some tiny scratches here. Can we fix that? No, with this one. Let's see, another marker. Will this do it? It's when you open these up, it will scratch the paint job. I feel the price going up already. Oh, it's just... Oh, don't do that before it's dry. Yeah. Just look at that, good as new. There has been a label on here and there, so there's some white stuff, but yeah, can't fix it all. Some of the black thing looks a bit better now, so let's get a good picture of the front here. Alrighty, with the sun coming through, it's gonna be marvelous. It's gonna sell like it's probably not gonna sell, but yeah, not for not trying. Well, getting rid of old hardware is always hard. Hardware. But you kind of usually have to get rid of your old hardware to get room for new hardware, but also to get the finances for new hardware, and selling off the old stuff is just part of that. I've had this sitting for way too long. I should have sold this years ago, but yeah, I kind of, yeah, maybe you know what I mean, but I have difficulties parting with old hardware, even if this hasn't been in use while I've had it. I got a good offer for a similar unit, the newer one, the IBM Flex system, just this week, and I was by there and saw it, and oh, I really want that, but I have 2 of these units, and I have a Model S as well that I also needs to get rid of. And I really shouldn't get any more hardware, so I actually didn't get it, which is kind of almost a first for me. But I really wanted it, but I kind of just knew that I had too much stuff already. So maybe if I get rid of some of this, I can treat myself with some new awesome hardware for my data center. But I really need to clean up a little bit more before I start filling up with good stuff. Do let me know in the comments below how you sell off your old hardware, if there's any tips or tricks that I can learn from you. I took some stuff out of this, mostly because when you're buying a unit like this, all the extras, nobody wants to pay extra for extras. They want the big unit and they want all the extras all for free. And it's awesome when you're buying stuff, it's not so good when you're selling stuff. financially it's better to sell off those extra things separately, but I'll try and see if I can be generous with all the blade servers, because I have way too many blade servers and I haven't sold any of those, and yeah, they're just sitting around. So I might just fill it up with blade servers and see what happens. If you should sit and really want a unit like this, I can assure you I am not shipping this one. If you want it, you can come and pick it up. Links in the description to my shop where this will be available, but I am not shipping it. This is a pick-me-up unit. All the stuff has to come out for me to even be able to move it. I can barely slide it around on the table with all this stuff in it. You could be sitting down in Germany or Holland or Sweden or Norway or maybe even in Denmark and want a unit like this, then it's possible to drive here and pick up a very nice Bladecenter with all the black paint. Well, maybe not. So thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.